All right, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? We've got round round three of the weekly tournament here. Any god allowed, standard rules, no holds barred except one extra ban. So 4 bans in this tournament. Players whispered bans to each other and then banned out their standard 3 bans apiece. I thought he was fighting against Kronos here with the skin for a second. We're joined by Mazarites, Squid versus Drew Games, Ullr versus Poseidon. Maz, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Interesting matchup. I actually really like this matchup.
Yeah,
I think there's chance for both really to really come on top.
Yeah, there's positions for Poseidon to make plays when Squid is in his bow stance. He's unable to jump, obviously, as you know. And as such, though, if he sets it up so that he gets the Whirlpool Kraken during that phase, he can actually get sick Krakens without without Squid having an option to get away at all. And that turns this matchup a lot in Poseidon's favor. It seems so simple, but it's really, it's so crucial for Poseidon to actually be able to have a confirmable Kraken against somebody.
Yeah, agreed completely. Also, the new Vamp Shard giving 10 physical protection, picked up by Poseidon. That's huge in this early waves. Like, having that physical protection so early to mitigate the huge burst damage coming out from Ullr's early game is huge. Like,
yeah,
really good.
Huge, right?
Huge.
No, but it's true, man. Vamp Shroud is crazy. I've been buying it so much more lately. I don't understand why it randomly. I didn't even see it in the patch notes. Just get 10 protection, but somebody in chat was like, "Yeah, this item has 10 protection." All right, cool. So
I think that was me. Just putting it out there. I think I told you.
You're the one who told me. See that, man? This guy's been. Did you create the item? You've been planning it this whole time.
Hack Tyrus.
Yeah, it got 10 protection on it randomly, and with 20 power, I mean, it's pretty good, and it helps out a lot against that early burst from Ullr, not allowing you to just get 100s to 0'd by that axe combo. Having said that, all the things that Poseidon does have in this match, or the one big thing, like you said, the Kraken, I still do think this is not very much, but yeah, a good amount in Ullr's favor. Pretty safe amount. I'd say, like, to be honest, like 65-ish to 70. And not at 70, but 65-ish. 65-ish. Which is, a very comfortable matchup in cases where the player knows what they're going up against. So if Squid knows the setups that Drew's looking for, and he does, as you can see him keep switching to Axe form, he's not doing that for the, so like I said, he wasn't doing that for the axe specifically on the 1, he was actually doing it for the 3, but he mistimed it there and ends up getting Kraken, having to use his Aegis, which is a win for Drew.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely is winning for Ullr. Overall, I'd say that, but I definitely think if Poseidon plays it right, he plays his cards right, he plays around power spikes and plays around the Aegis, it could be really, like, Poseidon snowballs so hard if you can get him ahead. So I definitely think it is doable for Dr. Drew Games.
Yeah, no, it's just Drew Games, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely think it is doable.
Yeah, it's just a lot of counterplay necessary, and he's got to play all of his cards right at all times. He can't afford to slip up, really, and that goes for so many gods against Ullr. He's just that kind of god that will literally jump on the opportunity and completely destroy you with his combos as soon as you slip up. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what Ullr does. Other than having just a very strong boxing and poke game in general, that lockdown game and combo potential is so strong, enough to make him one of the best gods in Duel for sure.
Ullr is a monster. He's definitely one of the stronger guys, and we can't forget that. But I'm not counting Drew out of this yet. I definitely think he can turn up and do something here.
Yeah, I've been enjoying seeing the picks that are coming out this tournament, actually. You haven't seen any of the top, like, 6 to 8-ish that I usually consider to be the best, and most people do. In, like, the Bakasura, the AMC, Kronos, who else? Kali, Hebo, stuff like that hasn't been picked because of the 4 bans each, and that's what I proposed to Hi-Res Ajax, actually, as the new ban strategy for this game mode on Twitter. I proposed it to him before. I brought it up again on Twitter, and he gave me the opportunity to have people, this could be a real good, see, he's in the bow stance, but he does hit the 1, but still not enough, unfortunately. And you know why, though? It's because he went into the cooldown boots. I feel like, I don't know, pen boots it could have been the difference, at least by a little bit there.
Yeah, I do like keep the thought process behind it. I get why But I feel like you're playing around the Aegis most of the time anyway, and you're even with without the cooldown boots, you're gonna be able to have that ult up in time to get Kraken off whilst their Aegis is down. So I like the thought process, but I definitely would have preferred to see the power boots come out.
Yeah, because Poseidon, he's an early game powerhouse. You need to try to get that lead solidified and get snowball. And like you've said as well, you know, you want to keep it crackening, yeah, crackening.
That works, crackening.
Yeah, crackening off cooldown. And yeah, you want those Krakens to be potent. You know, you don't just want to have the Kraken for the sake of the Kraken. You really need to actually solidify that it is at least nearly a 100 to 0, you know, death combo. And if it's not, then it, you know, it might as well, you might as well not rush into it. So, yeah, I think he does himself a little bit of disservice there because he's going to be going to breastplate anyway. So just rushing full cooldown kind of nerfs his early game. He was relying on the late game Poseidon though. That's kind of what this build says. We'll see how he plays it. Maybe if he could spin it in his direction a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely does look like he's going to provide the later game. Where it expands the ult jump, sorry, and ult comes out, but it's just like Squid just isn't taking that much damage.
Yeah,
like,
he also was pretty off-center with that ultimate. Squid recognized he doesn't even need to use that that Aegis on that play. But yeah, the cooldown boots again really just not proving to be as powerful. The Vamp Shroud, of course, is another factor. You know, giving them that little bit of physical protection, losing out on a little bit of power. Actually, I forget what the other starter items offer. I can't remember.
I think they all provide 30, 20.
Yeah, except I forgot if they're 30 or they're 20. Because with this one having 10 fizz protection, I figured it would have at least a small drop off in damage. I mean, that would seem like balanced to me, right? It has to be, right? But I don't know. You never know sometimes with high res.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. For all I know, this item just randomly got physical protection and still has the same power as every other item. It wouldn't make sense, but you never know. But my bad sometimes on not knowing all of these items, you guys, especially in this new patch. You know, bear with us or not. You know, this mid-season patch where we're trying to scramble to get ready for everything this year. Not to say that's the only case when this happens, but you know, we can't get everything, man. It's tough.
Ooh, what is that item Drew's going into here? A emerald ring. So
yeah, either the Fatalis or Demonic. It's probably going to be the Fatalis item, so he's going to rush right into that. I think that's honestly, I don't know. It gives him power. He should definitely go it because I think ISO, or you would call it ISO ring now. I don't know. You know, with the what used to be ISO Talus or you know Gem Talus on Poseidon is now this ring plus the ISO. You can go that, but usually you go that a little bit later on when you have some damage, you know, built up. I would have liked to see him go in a spear here first instead, to be honest. But it's, you know, it's at least does have power on it.
Yeah, a spear could be good, or even a gem of isolation.
Yeah,
I think could do the same job, but also give him more power. So I think it has more power. I think it's 90 power. Gem of ISO is, whereas the ring is 60, I believe. I think. I'll have to double check with that, but I definitely think that ISO is more power, and it gives him a bunch of health as well, plus the slow, which is nice. So
yeah, I think you're right. This ISO almost definitely gives more power. If I'm wrong on that, I'll stake Maz's reputation.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Good to know you're here for me. Yeah, the game is taking a slower pace. It looks like Drew's just playing it passive. It looks like he's just trying to get to that late game. Maybe he thinks that's where he wants to play. Poseidon's time to shine in this matchup. But is it? We'll have to see.
Yeah. So Drew, by the way, comes out of pretty much nowhere as an EU player that's in Grandmasters right now. I did not know of him much before he came to my chat recently and started subbing, which is what started the case where you start to think somebody might be smurfing for the tournaments, right? But he's also Masters and, you know, he's Grandmaster, so it's like, you know, I don't know. If that's the case, this is a pretty elaborate one. I think, right, Maz? It's pretty elaborate.
Yeah, I think he's. Oh,
I think he's legit.
Kraken,
but an unfortunate Kraken is that Kraken is not legit. Yeah. But you'd be surprised, you guys. Some of the conspiracies that have gone on that have been 100% legitimate. Anyway, yeah, Drew looking I don't know. The thing is, Squid should be maximizing a lot more on his opportunities. He's hit quite a few axes that he has not gotten the kill for. Neither of them seem to be doing that much damage to each other, and I guess it's because Drew has also gone into so much early defense.
Yeah, I definitely think that Squid could be landing more axes as well.
Yeah, a lot more.
He's going for the kind of max range axe, which is very difficult to confirm, especially against Poseidon, who like inherently gets a bunch of movement speed, and plus he gets movement speed on his 2 as well. So it's definitely hard to land those axes. I definitely want to see him look for the more confirmable axes, but also not at the same time not expend his jump to get close, because doing so can really hurt you against Poseidon. He will just whirlpool you. You can't jump away, you can't do anything, you just stuck there and take a bunch of damage.
Yep, for sure. We need to see Drew try to ult off cooldown a lot more if he wants to start to get into a position where, you know, his ults will be more meaningful, where they can't just be Aegis out. He needs to expend that Aegis and, you know, get things going. But a lot of damage coming out from Squid here, but he might not be able to re-engage.
Yeah, good axe, but just re-engages after Poseidon pops his 2. And that is the internal passive, I believe, of Hastings used. But I think he is coming back online now. Interesting item. What do you think of his Hastings ring, like, as it stands right now?
Well, right now, it's not as strong as it should be. They're buffing it for next patch, which is great. It's going to help out gods like, you know, obviously Poseidon and Freya, which is great. Well, maybe not the Freya part, but the, yeah, Poseidon part's damn great. And yeah, it's just not as strong as it could be, but the fact that it gives power and it gives this Fatalis effect is really interesting. I didn't think that that's the direction they'd go with this, so it's cool to see. And it is a must-buy, in my opinion, on Poseidon. He needs that Isotalis kind of effect in order to be truly effective. Oops.
Oh, it Crafton comes out, but into an Aegis from Squid.
Yeah, to be fully effective, by the way. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to say that Poseidon won't be effective at all without the, you know, Fatalis effect, but to be, you know, at his top level in Duel, I think that's really what he thrives on, because he gives a hard amount of burst with the ultimate, but it's not reliable enough come late game. He needs to be able to have a static damaging ability, or in his 2, and just be able to chase you down and, you know, kind of rotate his abilities while being an auto attacker purely.
Yeah, I agree as well. Poseidon, early game it's all about the 100 to 0. The late game it's more about those autos and getting those really good whirlpools. And I think that's what we're seeing. That's a playstyle we're seeing out of Drew. I think that's where he's taking this with his builds and with his playstyle so far.
He's actually going full auto attack here. I guess into Demonic here instead of going the usual Spear of the Magus or even an Obsidian Shard. Spear is synergizing really well with Poseidon's Whirlpool and his 2 as well, actually, the side autos proccing it. So, yeah, weird to see this. Generally, you only see somebody build into, like, Demonic here in the full shebang when it comes to auto attack Poseidon, when they need to fight into, like, an unkillable target with burst, like a Warrior or a Guardian. Then the auto attack, like, build itself will lend more penetration to them, or effective penetration, of course. So yeah, weird to see that he's doing it into like the squishy target that is Ullr. I mean, he's always going to go into the one Bulwark anyway, or Pestilence, whatever this may be.
Yeah, agreed. Squid picking up that tier 2 defense, just getting that early defense power spike. Really effective right now since Drew doesn't have any pen at the moment, but I expect that to change when he finishes this item. I almost I really do believe that will be a how are we out here, Shadow? What's it called?
What, Pestilence?
No,
oh, his attack speed item?
Yeah, attack speed 10 item.
Oh, his attack speed
10 item on Poseidon.
Oh, on Poseidon. Oh, because look, who else has an attack speed 10 item coming online? Come on, look at that. He just got his Executioner, like I said. Demonic, yeah.
Yeah, there we go, Demonic. So, does have the pen online now. It's going to be a lot more effective into the defense built by Squid, but on the other hand, Squid's got that Executioner. Same goes.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, if you're gonna go auto attack Poseidon, this is the way to do it. This is the new Fatalis, the Hastened Ring, and you got to go that Demonic Grip to really fully utilize it. The Aegis just came off cooldown, so once again, Drew's not gonna be able to use his Kraken effectively. But it seems like okay, this Drew's gonna decide no, he doesn't need to Aegis it, and he almost dies for it. Not gonna though. And that's unfortunate for Drew because it's you know, that's he preserves his Aegis now for another round, and that's really strong for Squid. He took like the full gamble, he put it all on black, and he actually won there because he preserves that Aegis and gets a Kraken for it. So yeah, it actually does end up going quite well for Squid, and a little demoralized for Drew not to be able to get it after that point. But like I said, it looks like he's going super late, so maybe he's not you know, too much of a chip off his shoulder.
Unfortunate, but he's hasten ring passive didn't proc at that point. I think that definitely would have helped him get that kill. But that's the problem with the item, unfortunately. The internal cooldown really hurts you.
Yeah, and of course, by the way, guys, the hasten ring only procs on enemy gods, so you can't proc it once the passive is up against the minion wave. Of course, if it was able to proc off a minion wave, it would be terrible because, oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, Drew just trying to box into that, and he just kept getting lower and lower and still not respecting the fact that Squid was just really chunking at that point. Yeah, it would be silly if the ring procced on minions, because then you would just be procking it all over the place without intention, you know, intentionally doing it and losing your passive. So, yeah, it would be cool if you could just, like, I don't know, if you could, like, just use it on command, you know, like make it like a second active. Getting a little too complicated, but I think that would be cool. You know? Maybe I wanted to use it on the minion, proc it off the minion.
But yeah, definitely seeing Ullr really come online in the auto attack department now. Previously, like early game, it's all about the abilities. Late game, it's all about the auto attacks of this build, and we are seeing that for sure.
Yeah,
it looks like he's going to, for sure. He's going to Frostbound Hammer now, which will make Poseidon's life even more the hell.
Yeah, bro, Frostbound's really, I mean, in the back before this last patch, we were seeing Frostbound only when you needed to go Frostbound plus Fatalis, because Fatalis is the better out of the two, for sure, right? It is just, it's the better item, you know, it has, whoa, buddy, alright, somebody's getting banned, man. Look at, Drew doesn't even know what to do. He said,
Squid's hacking?
Yeah, he should report, I would report to an admin at that point. Get this guy out of my game. That's so Squid's router must be doing a number on him right now. Vax in chat.
Explains all the missed axes.
Oh yeah, dude, he just turned it on. Alright, so what was I saying before he started to turn into a monster?
You were talking about Frostbound Hammer.
Yeah, so Frostbound was, you know, the secondary to Fatalis. If you needed both, you went into it. Ooh, this is close, but no cigar. Drew gonna look for something, but nope. Squid too fast, especially with that passive on his two. Or not passive, but yeah, the active movement speed that he gains on his two. So yeah, I mean, Frostbound now is the premier pickup because Fatalis is gone for ADCs, is basically what I'm trying to say. Whereas it was the secondary to Fatalis, you would go both and it would be scummy as hell. Now, if you're going to go just one, because there is only one, you go the Frostbound, and you slow people indefinitely, and it makes things very, very difficult. It is such a hard item to fight up against, and Drew is going to have a tough time up against it, and that's why I'm surprised to see him, you know, opting fully into auto attack too, because you can never like truly fully out auto attack a hunter as Poseidon. That's, you know, something important to always understand. So you do have to rely on the burst alongside the autos, and yeah, I don't fully grasp why he ended up doing this. I feel like he kind of nerfed his own potential with the god here, but you know, it's his strat. Maybe either he rides or dies by it.
I agree with that as well. I would like to see more the power early game and just trying 100 to 0 with the snowball, rather than trying to build into auto attack and fight Ullr in an auto attack battle late game. I feel like his chances are better off with the burst builds, but we've got slows on the Frostbound Hammer, and we got slows on the Jump Basilisk as well. Drew finishing that up, and it looks like he's sold an item.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go pen here. Watch, he's doing it. Yup.
He's listening to
he's
the
listed
cast.
it, dude. He's son
Confirmed.
of a bitch. Oh, that's when you know, dude. That's when you know, but you can't do anything about it because he might not have honestly been, right? It's like, you know,
maybe he just realized himself, yeah, this isn't working. I need to trust something else.
I fully believe that he has the mental capacity to have done that in that position as well.
For sure. But last slot available for Poseidon, I fully expect it to be a rod. I hope it is at least.
Yeah, see, he needs that damage. And the Obsidian Shard, though, is weird to go into over the... I'm sorry, keep forgetting Spear's name, but it's Spear of the Magus, yeah. Because, like I was saying, it procs so well on Poseidon. And especially, you know, with the auto attack kind of focus that he was opting into in his playstyle, that he'll still have with this ISO... I'm still calling it ISO ring. Yeah, with that hastened gem haste. All right, well, I'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah, he'll still be proccing that 2 part of the spear a lot, and of course his whirlpool. So I think he's losing a little bit by not going spear and going. You only generally go the obsidian. Oh, good axe there.
Wow, the
and he
whirlpool
jumps
not
straight
connecting.
out of it. Wow.
Yeah, you really need to make sure as Poseidon you're making that whirlpool connect before you throw out those ults, because otherwise the opponent will just jump away.
Right, yeah,
It's
and I
always
mean, when you
heartbreaking.
do that, once again, now the Aegis is going to come up for the time when Drew's next Kraken is up, and we really haven't seen any influential Krakens this game from Drew, except for the one where he almost got Squid, because Squid decided not to Aegis. So, I mean, just never has he been able to play around this Aegis enough.
Yeah, and he's suffering at the moment for it. Titan is getting low. Minions doing a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
don't know
damage
if
too.
he's going to be able to do this. It's getting quite low.
Squid is low himself though, but he's taking a lot of damage.
Ooh.
Axe misses.
Yeah, a lot of axe misses from Squid, man. I tell you, he's been getting away with them, those. There you go.
Hunters. Stuck in that slow of a Frostbound Hammer, and the onslaught of autos just going out strong.
Yep. Yeah, Squid looking, I mean, he looked a little shaky on the god himself, I think is probably what it is. I'm not sure how much his, you know, how practiced he is with his Ullr, but he's definitely a proficient player in general, very, very strong player. Knew exactly the kind of strategy he needed to employ, knew the build to go into. I liked, you know, the relic choice, everything. It was all straight up, you know, strong picks and good decisions of when to fight.
Yeah, really well played from Squid. GG.